everybody, this is your girl Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I'm hanging with my co-host L from KL Jones Media. I hope y'all having a great evening. We coming around here to talk some great topics. We're gonna talk about LSU and this NIL deal they got with Nike. We're gonna also talk about Angel Reese. Look, getting into her acting chops on Hunting Season and in the Goat movie alongside Asia Wilson. I think this movie is produced by Steph Curry, so we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into that as well. But I hope everybody is having a great day. Make sure if you're in my chat, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, and comment and be nice in the chat. What's going on, El? How you feeling? Hey, what's going on, Mr. Mama? How you feeling today? How you feeling?
I'm good, y'all. I'm good, y'all. It's been a minute. What's up, family? You know my girls, Keisha. Yeah, my
Yeah, we come up
sister.
here to start mess.
We gonna be easy. It's probably been a month of Sunday since I've been around these streets here. So we gonna be easy, but keep it light and nice, all right?
Just because she reintroducing herself, that's why she gonna be easy. But after that,
I'm gonna
you
be me all the
you're here
time.
all the time.
All the
I
time.
hope I hope y'all having a great day. Hey man, I look, it's been a lot. I feel like it's been a long day. Happy New Year to you guys too.
Happy New Year. And I cannot see the comments, so
Yeah,
I'll
big
I'll,
girl say
I'll let
Happy New Year, L.
Hey, big girl. Happy New Year. So you have to keep me abreast if I need to respond to anything.
Hey, January, it then came and went so fast that I forgot we was already in the new year. It went so quick. I
Man,
don't know. And then we had ice and snow, and the weather was a little fun. I know you out there in California, y'all having a good time, but not
having
out
a
here
good
in
old
Texas.
time, like
No,
75 degrees right now. Yes. It's
no.
crazy because I think I have shared probably even on the show that, I've considered like if I didn't live in California, where else would I go? My kids
Mm-hmm.
keep trying to get me to come back to Ohio. That's a no.
That
My
is
people want
cold.
me to come to New York. That's a no. I don't want to go anywhere where it's cold or snow. And Keisha and the likes of KSAP and some other people I have in Texas, they like, you can come here. And I'm like, don't y'all get snow too? Mm-hmm.
Usually don't,
Usually it's not good enough for me. I
but
only want to
then
see snow on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That's it.
Texas is one of them states that tomorrow you might just wake up and you might have a snowstorm or you might have 80 degrees weather. You just never know what you're gonna get out here. You never know. You never know what you're gonna get. Even though them cold states like Ohio and New York, I can't take that cold either. But at least with us out here, everything's shut down. We even got a little cabin fever. We finally venturing out to drive around. At least I am. Everybody, we was kind of on lockdown. Like we ain't going out there nowhere. So that's the one thing
Yes.
about it. You ain't got to go. I don't think the kids have went back to school yet.
In Dallas,
Mm-mm.
it's been that bad.
They've been out since Monday. I think they might go back tomorrow. If is what I'm hearing.
That's
Look,
crazy.
I'm gonna
That's
put big
crazy.
girl's comments up. She said, "Keisha, I busted my arse this morning as soon as my mama said, 'Mama, be careful, down goes Frey.'"
Where are
She,
you at, big girl? What
she
state
in
are you
Texas
in?
too.
Oh, okay.
She
Okay.
just said, as
Yeah.
soon as her
It's
baby say, "Be careful," she hit the deck.
yeah, it's crazy. I'm here. I'm gonna switch over to the app because I
Uh,
think I'm on the website right now. But keep
okay,
talking. Mhm.
yeah, I was like, yeah, my big girl, my son hit the deck. My 20-year old hit the deck the first day, and he was through with it. He said, "I ain't going back out there with that. I don't know what's going on out there." But hey, y'all, no, that's not good. Make sure you you take you some ibuprofen and ice up because it ain't nice when we hit the deck. And I look, my bones can't take hitting crashing down to the ground. So guys, I hope you guys are having a great day despite whatever weather you're in. Because I know Chicago is crazy, but they used to that. Us out here in Texas, we ain't used to no 3 day snowstorm, but that's what we got. So y'all be good. We gonna get into our topics. The first topic we gonna talk about. Oh, there you go. The first topic we gonna talk about, child. We gonna talk about this NIL deal with with Nike because I just thought for one thing to get an NIL deal with a major brand like Nike, it's like a mixed bag for me, El. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's like you always feel like Nike controls the pro athlete so much.
It's a monopoly for
Yeah.
sure.
And then
Hmm.
now you like, oh, okay, so now they're gonna dive into college sports, not just because before it used to be, apparel and
Hmm.
they sponsor your schools that way, but now
Hmm.
they actually trying to actually give out like third party NIL deals. I got a mixed feelings. It's
Hmm.
a great thing, but then
It's
Nike
Nike. It's
Nike
Nike.
gives you Nike has so much control. It's almost like they're getting more control. But
Yeah.
I do like it
Yeah.
for the babies who play the sports. So
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm with you on that. I think two things can be true at the
hmm
same time. It is great because it shows the evolution of collegiate sports, especially, you and I are both old enough to have lived in a time and remembered that these babies would go and put their entire bodies on the line, whether it's football, basketball, try any other sport, but predominantly football and basketball. And the schools were making millions of
hmm
dollars off of their names, their likeness, their skill set, their talent, their time. And we know of stories back in the day where you would get athletes who would lose their scholarships, get kicked out. It was all kind of NCAA investigations and things going on because somebody might have gifted an athlete a car or paid for their
right.
mama's house or something like that. So now the students have been in the driver's seat. And so for that, I'm happy for them because it means more opportunities for really talented student athletes.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Look, just
Full stop.
look.
Because the flip side of that coin
Mm,
is it feels very much like I said, a monopoly, but it also feels very much like now that they have seen kind of we'll take Angel Reese as an example because she's one of the predominant, faces when we think about NIL.
right.
Um, and how she's not only been able to build wealth but have a powerful brand presence in the marketplace, but also have some level of control.
hmm
And I feel like Nike entering this way will kind of take some of that back potentially from some student athletes who are in that NIL space and in deals with Nike. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It's almost like we saw Angel Reese organically grow
Hmm.
brand deals, and it's almost like Nike said, "Ha ha."
Hmm. Light bulb went off.
Look,
Definitely a light bulb moment.
like
Hmm.
we can actually tell stories
Hmm.
for college athletes, like
Hmm.
we try to do for professional athletes,
Yeah.
and as you say, it's a two-edged sword for me because it's like I love it for the kids.
Oh,
I
for sure.
just hope it don't get to the point where they control which you know how they control the narrative of
Hmm.
the stories that these young athletes want to tell.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope I hope it doesn't come to that, but I do agree that I love the opportunity for these kids who have been making these universities
Hmm.
millions of
Yeah.
dollars. And I'm gonna show you how much they've been making a little later on in the show.
Okay. And to your point, yeah, just to kind of add a follow up to that, it makes me think about um oh my gosh, I just forgot his name.
Ooh.
Colin Kaepernick,
Okay, yeah.
right? And how he stood up for his beliefs and in solidarity with what he believed in, and it cost him big on a professional stage,
hmm
right? And if I'm not mistaken, he was with Nike. And I remember how Nike handled him in that situation. And so there are some very valid concerns when you look at, yes, again, there's a major opportunities for these young people who have worked hard to get to where they are on the collegiate level. A lot of sacrifices, right?
Right.
And so, yes, it's great to have this machine, if you will, behind you. If you talk about brand, building brand equity, we talk about the storytelling aspect, um, which Nike really, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because we're talking about a generation who grew up with technology.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not afraid to be on camera, to tell their stories, to do day in the lives of, they can do their own campaigns and commercials because they're just, the ingenuity that they have is endless for a lot of them. And then they have the access, right?
Right.
So it'll just be interesting to see how a powerhouse like Nike kind of navigates this whole space, in this way, and how receptive the athletes are going to be or who they're going to go after with the
Mm-hmm.
NIL deal. So like you said, it's a double-edged sword. It definitely is a catch-22, but there are some very valid concerns. As great as it sounds, there's some really valid concerns that you and I have, talked about and even talking about now,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, because what if you have a student athlete who, a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them are very heavy into social impact and social justice and,
How do they
speaking
handle
out,
all
how,
that?
how do they handle that now that you're under, this kind of formula or relationship? Are you going to be limited in what you say? Because that can work against you, not just from a brand perspective, but internally. If you feel like you're having to suppress your voice and your values and your beliefs for a paycheck, that can internally do something to you as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I agree, but look, I give y'all the bones of this thing. I'm gonna tell you this. Now Nike, they look when Nike make moves, they making the move because they already see the industry is going that way, and they kind of want to get in the forefront of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, LSU has been with Nike for over 2 decades now, so their partnership was coming up for extension. Um, yeah, it's been decades. Yeah. This
Long
partnership
time.
would yeah, they've been with them for a long time. This partnership will go through 2036. It deepens the long-standing relationship between a brand built on college sports and a premier athletic powerhouse. LSU's athletic director Verge Osborne noted that both brands are committed to staying ahead of the game, with LSU serving as the launch pad for Nike's newest NIL strategy. And I'm gonna show y'all guys just a little bit of what they mean by um LSU's NIL strategy, because in 2021 when NIL came into existence, a lot of some schools, well, I put some schools embraced it, but a lot of them didn't
Mm-hmm.
right away. But LSU was one of those schools that embraced it straight from the beginning because they were like, oh, I think it's a great partnership. So I'm just going to show you a little bit about um, their department for NIL guys and how they support these athletes. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my stuff up here and make it bigger so y'all can see. All right, here we go.
My name is Princeton Malbrew. I'm a linebacker here at LSU. Welcome to the brand.
Here at LSU, they set us up for success, not only on the mat, but also in building your brand. I'm gonna show you some more space. Let's go. Now, it's no secret that we're the #1 social media brand in college sports.
Here, stars can become icons, and your dream could be a reality.
We like to say that we have the platform to transform. Oh my gosh, don't cry, it's okay.
Whether you find us in Baton Rouge or in Las Vegas, LSU is everywhere.
And now, we're getting our own NIL deals. Hey girl, can I just get a 3-finger combo? Hold the slaw. Thanks.
Now you see why I chose LSU.
So hey guys, they are, since NIL came into existence, they had already started their own, got a director, started a department to help these athletes deal with contracts, all that kind of stuff we talk about, L,
Mhm.
because you can you got to help these young people get these securities deals and know what they're actually signing when they sign
Yeah.
these deals
Yeah. Yeah.
because
It's no different than being in Hollywood and being an actor, right?
right.
Like you have your agents, you have your managers, you have your attorneys, you have a group of people, a team to help you navigate through new contracts or even, potential deals on the table. And so, from the collegiate perspective and having such a large presence in the NIL space like LSU does, and being such a powerhouse school and well known for that, it makes sense that they would have an entire department dedicated to that.
And
Same
what
model, different form, different industry.
I agree.
Yeah.
And just to put it in perspective, remember what we was just talking about just a
Mm-hmm.
few minutes ago?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the number one program for college is Texas. They made 298 million in revenue in 2025. They are valued at 2.1 billion. LSU is fourth on the list. They made 213 million, and they're valued at 1.5 billion. That's with a B.
That's crazy. That's
So,
crazy.
so if you can imagine the amount of money they was making before they were even paying out,
NIL. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
how much
even
money?
that, those numbers is still such a huge disparity
Mm-hmm.
between what the colleges are making and what the student athletes receive, even through NIL deals.
That's why when I hear people talk about, I don't know about this NIL deal stuff, I'm like, do you know? Do you understand how much money these kids generate for
Billions.
for this school? I
Yeah,
mean,
billions.
why do you feel? Why do you
and,
feel
and they
that
can, and even after they're gone, they can still profit off of those, certain student athletes names and their likeness. So we'll take Angel Reese as an example because she attended LSU, and that's who we're
way?
talking about. um in the past, I don't know, 5 years or so, maybe even decades, she's been one of the biggest names to come out of the LSU women's basketball
Yes.
team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she really kind of set the standard for NIL deals. She's one of the student athletes who set the standard for NIL deals. And even I can remember going back, her and I don't know if it was her and Flage had a deal, if it was hers and she brought Flage into it, or vice versa. Don't know. That ain't what this is about. But I remember they were doing stuff with like Amazon, and
Right.
they had a feminine product that they were doing. It might have been Tampax, or one of those feminine health brands. She had Raising Canes. There were so many different ones. Now, one missed opportunity that I see with the ad that you just played is that they didn't have the likeness of Flage in there, nor did they have, when on the line when the young man talked about like where leaders become icons or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a great insert to showcase Angel Reese, because it's, yes, I get he was like maybe basketball or football, and the other
Uh-huh.
girl was what was it, soccer,
Gymnastics.
gymnastics. Then you gotta, most people when they think about LSU, they're probably going to think about an Angel Reese, or what was the other young lady's name? She might have been in gymnastics. She's in the documentary that they have on, is it Prime or Net? I think it's on Prime, where
Uh-huh.
they were talking about NIL deals. So, a slight miss, but still you have a
I'm with you.
powerhouse there right now in Flage. Why don't you include her in it, or at the very least spotlight her in it, right? Like,
Well,
because these are for someone who isn't ingrained in the LSU culture, but they're very ingrained in sports and collegiate sports, and whether it's basketball, football, or whatever, you got to highlight well-known names to kind of connect to the storytelling that you're um, creating in this campaign, because these are two people that I personally don't know. Now,
right.
that doesn't mean that other people don't know them and they don't have their own base, but for something like that, and what's the goal of the commercial? Is it to one present LSU as the powerhouse? Or is it a combination of that and trying to attract other student athletes? Like, what's the goal of that campaign?
And I agree. And let me tell you one thing about LSU. This is what I say about the WNBA. They don't stop. Because here, now that you mention her, here's hers.
You know, I could have went to college anywhere. Like, I'm Fly J, and I could have did my thing, but I don't think I ever would have been as big if I didn't come to LSU. Because that tiger and that purple and gold next to your name, bro, it do something. It means something.
Carry a lot of weight, don't it?
Carry a whole lot of weight. Even when you go out of the country. Like, I go to France or whatever, and like, people got LSU. I'm like, you've never been to Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, wow, like it's that impact. So, like, with me, like, I'm always gonna be Fly J, but I would rather be Fly J that went to LSU. Like, we definitely NILSU. We definitely the
through
biggest.
And through.
We definitely the biggest. There's no school that put out superstars like LSU do.
It's like a factory, right?
A real factory.
That's all we have here. And
if you want to be the biggest, come to LSU.
So, like with them, like with Flage, L, she has her own, how can I put it, brand commercial where her face is on that same wall and they walk back and forth. Like I was telling people with the WNBA, you can tell multiple stories. Like you could, like you say all the time, you can highlight people that other people don't know, and then you can highlight people that everybody don't know. It doesn't mean you don't highlight, just because you have one big star, that don't mean you don't highlight the other stars, because some people might know that person, whereas I might not know that person at all.
Yeah, it's a form of cross promotion. If you're trying to grow the game as a whole, right? You don't just spotlight who you deem as the superstar or superstars.
Right.
Everybody has stories, and at the end of the day, at the very nucleus, everybody loves storytelling, whether they give it that label or not. We sit down over dinner, we talk. We go out, we hang out, we talk, right? We're on this show, we're talking. It's about connection, it's about community, it's about conversations and storytelling. So this is where, like you said, the WNBA misses the mark vastly. It's because they will only focus on the one or the two instead of continue to share their stories. Yes, I'm not saying don't do that, but then how do you integrate? How do you do that cross promotion where you begin to integrate other maybe lesser known players? And when I say lesser known players, they might be lesser known to the majority of fans that are watching now, but maybe not the OGs who know the game, have been watching the game through the highs and lows, right? I'll take DeWanna Bonner for an example. She's an OG.
Right.
She has an undeniable impact on the game, right? And she's been in the game for a long time. But we haven't seen the W really like tell her story. She has a story of like being married, having twins, and then going through a divorce and not have, and I'm not saying that they have to tell that story. Obviously, it's going to be, but they don't even highlight the story of motherhood where she's concerned. Right. So what she has done and started to do very well in this postseason is tell her own stories. And that's what we're starting to see more of from the W in particular, is that we're starting to see more of these women hire their own teams, makeup, hair, stylists, videographers, editors, people that are following them around to get family content, daily content. We see the likes of De'Erica Hamby, who just announced that her daughter wrote a book, she helped her daughter write a book, and it's released, and it's ready, and go and help and stuff. But like they're layered women. They're not just players, but the W has missed the mark in trying to take an approach that is inclusive, that brings their brands more to the forefront and tells more of their stories beyond the game.
Yeah, and also I think also where they missed the mark is, that person, that star might not be a global star, or might not be a national star, but you could also market to that region. I just think about, like, I just bring up the Lynx. You can market that team and their fans come and support their team. So market their stars to them, even if they haven't crossed over until, and onto the national conscious, if that makes sense. I just feel like some other sports, and I'm not going to just pick on the W. I'm just going to say sometimes they just don't tell the stories that are out there. They only tell the big story that is out there. So
it's like the news, right? Like sometimes on the news, you'll tell a story that seems to have some traction in local markets and or on a national market, or it starts in a local markets and then it gets picked up by an outlet like Good Morning America or the Today Show. But they don't tell the other stories, right? Like sometimes you hear people complaining, such and such happened to my family member or in my neighborhood, and you haven't heard anything about it on the news because they're not telling the stories. And so the media cycle is really about what's hot, what's popping. And I feel like in a lot of ways the W has kind of followed that formula when they're not a media brand, but they can act as a media brand and do a much better job of telling stories.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hold on. I knew I had her thing. Hold on. I'll let the audio play, and then when I get to my next point. Hold on. Cause I know. Pull that baby. She making money hand over fist up. This baby right here.
That's fire. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Sports Illustrated. That's crazy. This is something else. This is the toughest magazine cover ever. You know, little kids, they be like recreating it. When they have like teams, they be recreating it. Oh, I'm all everywhere in here. When I leave, I need a whole wall. I'm gonna show y'all what a brand is.
I think her mama and her mama's representation of her and her deals are really, really. I know me and old Miss Brooks don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but she got her baby position these deals because I know her mama's her agent. So kudos to Miss Brooks getting her baby right. That's all I can tell you. And negotiating these deals for her. But let me explain how this new program is going to work. It's the first one. This is the first college that it's going to do it, which is LSU. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more that follow suit. But it's called a Blue Ribbon Elite NIL program. It's the first of its kind initiative that reimagines the NIL space by moving beyond simple outfitting. The program is named after Nike's original name, Blue Ribbon Sports. Athletes in the program don't just rep the brand, they help shape it. This includes creative input on product innovation, creative direction for campaigns, and storytelling that highlights their unique identities. Also, Nike provides best-in-class support away from the field, including media training, content creation, and styling. So,
it sounds good. It sounds good.
Basically, what they saying is
I liken it to an agency, right? So you have like creative artist agency, you have Williams and Morrison, like you have WME, you have these big name houses and talent agency brands, and a lot of them do very similar things where, you know, the media training, the styling, maybe not so much the content creation, maybe some of them are starting to do more than that, but that's the model at the bare bones. That's what this model is. So again, I'm with it because what is some of the things that we have been saying across the board with sports when you have young people that make that transition from the collegiate level to the pros, right? Is that some of them could stand to use or benefit from media training.
Yes.
So I'm glad that that's a part of it. Even the styling, as long as it's collaborative when we're talking about creative direction and product innovation and storytelling that highlights their unique identities. My hope is that it will be authentic to their brands and not just the Nike brand.
Right. You know, we talked about that earlier. It's like how much, I know they saying they're going to be collaborating and try to give creative control, you know, some creative control to the athletes. and also take in their input. It's just
Yeah.
how much of that control and input is Nike willing to give these athletes so they don't come across as all having the same fake
Voice.
story if I, as
Yeah.
if that's a word. Like I don't want to
Mhm.
see the same
The same
story.
formula.
Yeah, for
It's the
each athlete.
formula, right?
Yeah.
So even if we look at on the professional level and how Nike is working with their athletes. You have Asia Wilson, you have Caitlin Clark, you have Sabrina Ionescu. I think Brianna Stewart is also with Nike. And they're
Mhm.
doing great things with their athletes. You have, is Steph Curry with Nike? I don't think so.
I think he was with Under Armour, but
Under
not.
Armour, yeah.
There's been reports that because he left Under Armour and
Okay.
he's been looking for a new deal. There's reports out there, rumors out there that he's about to sign the biggest deal with Nike, but I haven't.
Okay.
I don't know if that's done, but
Yeah.
that's what's being leaked.
Okay. And then so then you have the flip side of an Angel Reese with Reebok or Jackie Young and Rakia Jackson with Skechers. And I don't know how much creative control those young ladies have, the last two with
Mm-hmm.
their brands, but what we do know and have seen, right? We don't know all the details of anybody's brand partnerships or deals or anything like that.
Right.
But what we have been able to see is kind of the process for Angel and her signature shoe and shoes, and then, working with Reebok and her having a lot of creative control.
Yeah. It
Right,
seems
but
like
I
Angel
also
has a
think that
lot of
that's
control.
because of the relationship that she has with Shaq and
Right.
has built with AI, and they're, kind of at the helm of the company. And so there's some big differences in like with the stories that they put out around her. I probably would believe a lot more because I know that she's authentically involved in the process as opposed to Asia or, and I'll say Asia because we haven't seen the shoe from Caitlyn yet, or,
Right. Right.
Sabrina Ionescu, and there's the creativity there, but there's always that question in the back of my mind: is this the real person, the real woman that we're seeing, or how
Like with
much of it has to be kind of tailored to the brand? If you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. It's almost like because like with I put it to you like this. It's like with Angel and Asia, I can see the personal touches,
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
it's easier to believe.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know. And just speaking, this is just my opinion, guys. I don't know how much Sabrina has. I don't know how much Caitlyn is gonna have because they haven't really let us into that whole process
Process.
of them, or maybe we haven't followed them as closely as we follow the other girls. But like I could see the process with Asia and Angel,
Mm-hmm.
not so much with the other. But that doesn't mean the process doesn't happen.
Right,
I
the
just don't
process
know how much.
exists, we don't see it. So that's why I brought it up because it's interesting that this is the language that they're using to describe Blue Ribbon Elite NIL
Mhm.
program, but we haven't necessarily seen that translate into the pro level. And maybe it will
Maybe
as
it
a
will.
result of this, right?
Hmm.
Um,
But college students having control.
Now, there's a other perspective, if you will, that I'd like
Go
to
ahead.
present. And it's not so much about all of this, it's still in the conversation of NIL programs. But did you see, and I haven't watched the full episode yet, but I've watched clips and highlights. There was an episode of Unapologetically Angel
Hmm.
on her show, and she had her best friend India, I believe is how you pronounce her name. And
Okay.
this particular clip, they were talking about NIL deals. And Angel was like, they giving them to everybody now. They just giving them to anybody.
Yeah.
And she was so irritated. And I
She was
was like,
like,
so
I
I
had to
have to
go.
go. Yeah, I gotta watch the whole episode so I can get the full context. Cause like I said, it was that clip, but they were talking about it, and her best friend was like, yeah, it's a lot different than when they were in college.
Yeah, because she had to go get an agent, get somebody to believe in all these things, and now it's almost like they just giving them out.
Hand them out like hotcakes.
Right. I feel on that. I would just say this: the first initial athletes that are going to be in this program is DJ Pickett and Trey Green from football. Basketball will be Sakai Johnson and Dadon Thomas. I'm probably killing that po' boy's a name. I'm sorry. Baseball will be Derek Courier and Kassan Evans. Softball will be Tori Edwards, Jaden Heavener. Gymnastics will be Kaylin Chio. And volleyball will be Journey Robinson. So pretty much they covered not just one sport.
I don't see track on there.
Hey, track is coming. I looked on there and they said they are in works with the track team, but they haven't decided which athletes they're gonna highlight. But they did say that in the article.
I wonder what see, this is where Nike has an opportunity to build brand equity for this new extension of their brand with this program.
Mm-hmm.
They're sharing the details, but they're not taking us behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like that storytelling aspect comes in. So I don't speak for anyone else, obviously, but I'm not familiar with any of these student athletes. That doesn't mean a thing in the grand scope of things because I'm one person, right? But I'm wondering what their process was for selecting these particular student athletes and why there wasn't a balance of going back to what we were just talking about, maybe some lesser known student athletes and anchoring in some well-known athletes. And maybe it's because, they might be with another brand. I think when they're in college, though, they have to be with Nike, no? I don't know.
No.
Who's in college that's with another brand outside of Nike?
Flage is with, don't make me lie. She's with Puma.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why not is Michaela with somebody? Or
Michaela is already in a deal with Jordan.
What about
so I think it's still Nike.
What's the baby what's the baby that came over from South Carolina? Malaysia.
Malaysia's kind of in flux. Because last time I checked, Malaysia was under Steph Curry.
And That's right. She was under Steph Curry.
Is in
but
flux.
He's in flux.
Well,
but you see what I'm saying? The point I'm making is there are other people,
I think,
like maybe on the women's basketball team, and then they just, it looks like from this list that basketball Zakiya is a girl. Okay, so she's a I see the W now and then the M, so they're separating men from women. But I don't, she's a freshman, but who else do you have on the team that you could anchor in and spotlight that maybe has a more well-known name or brand?
Not anybody that that wasn't already in a deal. That's the thing about this. Okay. They probably got to start new is what I'm thinking about it, because like I do know DJ Pickett and Trey Green, they are on the football team. They're probably going to be first rounders, to be honest with you. Zakiya, like I say, is a freshman. She was maybe number 11, 12 or something like out of high school. Dedon Thomas 2. Baseball, I don't really know a whole bunch about. I do know softball. These girls, and Kaylin Child is really, she's that number one gymnast, and so is Journey Robinson for volleyball. So I think what they doing it, and Kaylin is a sophomore. All of these kids are not older. They're like freshmen and sophomore. So I'm thinking what they're doing is some of those kids were already in deals. Like I know Flage is in, like we were saying, I think it's Puma. Don't make me lie, y'all.
Right. We'll look it up.
I want to say it's Puma.
We'll report back later.
Yeah, I want to say it's Puma, and she that already, because like Flage already got her own shoe.
Yeah. And I'm not saying like a Flage. I just use her as an example. Where you have other athletes within the program, you have other athletes within the athletic program that may not be signed or have a deal with someone, and why not anchor them in? But again, like you just proved my point in that you're ingrained in LSU culture, right? That's your background. You grew up with it. Someone who is an avid sports enthusiast,
Probably
expert,
wouldn't know.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
But yeah, late Malaysia for Hollywood would have been spot on. The only
Mhm.
problem is she's still under, like people are saying in the chat, she's still under Steph Curry, and Steph Curry is
It's
still
in flux, so
is
it's kind of
flux.
hard to say how that's gonna go.
I didn't even know.
But if he
I
goes
didn't
over to
know.
Nike, then that could be good for her. So
Yes, which I didn't know she was exclusively signed to him until I was like, well, what Lay
I
doing in
don't
there?
think that I knew that. I just knew that she had done like his camps and some other, like she had done some stuff
No,
with him, but I didn't know that she was signed to
I
him.
think she signed to him,
Okay.
like under his. I think he's got his own agency or something. I have to do some more research on that. I just
Mhm.
know when I looked up, I was like, oh, okay, she's under Steph. Okay.
Okay.
And Steph is out here. And Steph is probably gonna go with Nike, so she'll probably end up being Nike.
Yeah.
Because but that's just where that is right now. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me see. Ann Miller, who's the Nike EVP, stated that this is about more than gear. It's about giving athletes platform to influence culture and redefine what a partnership looks like in modern college sports. On3 pointed out this move makes Nike the latest major company to launch a specialized school-specific NIL initiative, similar to recent moves by Adidas at schools like Tennessee and Penn State. So I guess everybody's trying to get in on it. But not only, this is really important, guys. Not only is Nike doing their own deals, they are going to help you foster other deals. Let me read this to y'all. Nike uses its massive market weight to secure placements for its NIL roster with other major retailers and brands. Nike has already facilitated campaigns featuring its NIL athletes at Dick's Sporting Goods and within the Nike and Skims collection. So, guys, when I say control, they're going to help you foster not only deals with them, but other deals, what they call third party deals outside of the Nike brand. The LSU deputy AD Zach Greenwood noted that leading in NIL for 2026 means offering the best access to and execution of true third-party deals that these kids can have once they leave college. So Nike is also going to open up their connections to get you deals with whatever campaign is going on. I guess that they're affiliated with, or I need some more. I'm with you. I need more parameters around. If you get me this third party deal.
And obviously that'll be in their contracts and we may
Right.
never know. But I think when you, as a brand, decide to communicate, language and messaging is important with any brand. Brand positioning is important with any brand. All of these things play a part in how you build brand equity, how you build brand trust, how you build brand growth, how you elevate your brands. And so Nike ain't new to this. They're not dumb. I just, as a mama, right? It's the mama in me, y'all. It's great. And I don't ever look at an opportunity and just see stars. I can be conscious enough to kind of balance both sides. And I think all of us can be in that way, to look at the great and the opportunities, but also kind of read between the lines and say that what y'all putting out sounds good, but what is that actually going to look like in reality? Because it sounds great when you can talk about the third party model. Again, going back to
I gotta read all the fine print.
if we look at Angel and the fashion house that she's with now, right? Like she has different things, different people for her collective team that focus on different things. Nike seems to be wanting to do everything. Like they're trying to become the big house, the house of brand, and then control every aspect. And that's the part that I really don't like. Is it great for the student athletes because of what they'll learn and maybe the exposure and some of the opportunities? Absolutely, undeniably so. But when you have one collective, one one beast, if you will, just monopolizing everything, that's when stuff gets tricky. It
Mhm.
reminds me of I don't know if you all know the story about Amazon and then Toys R Us, right? And like
Mhm.
Amazon really started out, Jeff Bezos started out and it was a platform just selling books. And then it grew
Right.
into a larger e-commerce platform. And they continued to keep up with the times of technology and how things were changing. And Toys R Us was still stuck in this outdated business model of just having stores. They were not flourishing, like they didn't adopt to the online model in a way that a lot of other businesses were. And Toys R Us is like an iconic brand, toy brand, right? Like we all know that. And so they ended up, I think Amazon, like they started working with Amazon. And
Right.
Amazon said, like, we're going to bring you onto our platform. You'll be able to get access to, our million plus base customer base. So you'll be in front of, so you don't even have to, like the advertising spend, you're not going to have to worry about that as much because you're on on our platform where you're getting a lot more brand exposure and visibility. And we're going to make sure that you're the only toy brand that we feature.
Mm.
So what they did with that, Amazon, that was a great opportunity that Toys R Us saw for them. But the other side of it was Amazon was now able to collect all of their customer data
Yep.
and they on all of their insights, their business insights. So what did Amazon do? They started featuring other toy brands, something they said they weren't going to do because now they've gotten from Toys R Us what they wanted to get. And it messed Toys R Us up. And
Mhm.
then Toys R Us went back and tried to create their own online platform, and it was very clunky. It wasn't user friendly. The navigation was horrible, and ultimately it cost them big. And now Toys R Us is no more.
It's no more.
And so when you have a brand that is a giant that is monopolizing everything, you have to be careful. It is not all sunshine. And I'm not trying to, rain on nobody's parade or dampen. I'm just thinking from a business perspective. Yes, it's a great opportunity for these student athletes, but I hope that they have teams behind them, agents, attorneys, managers, all of that are helping them to navigate this process because it sounds good, but
Mhm.
I want to see. I don't like the third party model though. I feel
Yeah.
like no. It's gonna
Hold
be a
on.
no for me.
Look, I got a graphic. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Hold on, let me get to it right quick, y'all. So under the traditional NIL deal, you used to get like a direct cash payment for posts. You know how they would tell the kids you post and get, so they had metrics behind and you get paid. But now they just saying they're gonna do a long-term brand equity and career tools. And then they'll get collaboration on product innovation and design. Brand exposure will be national retail campaigns. That's what they tell the kids. And they tell them network, you used to have your athlete's personal agent. Now you can use Nike's global marketing and storytelling machine. See, that's when it gets dicey,
Mhm.
L,
Mhm.
because like Angel, I just use her as an example, or like Flage, I use her as an example. When they have their own personal agents, their own people that craft their career, how much conflict is it going to be between the global marketing team of Nike
Mhm.
and say Miss Brooks?
Yeah.
What if she don't think what you putting out about her daughter is the way the story should be told?
Yeah.
What happens then?
Yeah. Well,
What
and
happens
then
if
again,
Janine
that's
says
where. Yep.
no?
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't like that what you putting out for
Yeah.
Angel. That's not
Yeah.
authentically her. What happens then?
Yep. It is an interesting dynamic, and we'll have to wait and see how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
That's really at the end of the day. We can talk
Mm-hmm.
all day long about what we think and what we feel and what should be, but um
Interesting, guys.
it is and I will add, going back to Steph Curry, if he were really smart, which he is a dynamic businessman, I think he has a brilliant mind, I wouldn't go with Nike. That's like the
Mm.
obvious choice. I would go with Reebok.
I would
Because
too.
again,
But
if we're trying to get away from, and I don't know if that's even their thing, but the way that you break up a monopoly is to disrupt the status quo. Go with
mhm.
another brand. Reebok was, when I was in college in the 90s, I went to college and I graduated high school in 1990 and was in college from 90 to 94. Baby, Reebok was it.
Yeah.
Reebok was it. Like, so Reebok is an iconic brand in and of its own. And that's why I love that Angel decided to go with them. And you have Shaq and Iverson kind of at the helm, like reviving the brand, redefining the brand and reviving it and adding a modern edge to it. And I think this would be the perfect time if it is true that, you know, Steph Curry is kind of in the middle and maybe going in a different direction. I'd love to see him at Reebok because he brings so much to the table.
I agree, but everybody want to do. Sometimes they don't see the vision. They just like,
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
because Nike be throwing so much at you, L. You be like,
yeah,
oh, that's great, that's great. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that, and that comes with control to a certain degree.
absolutely.
And I guess some people are okay with being controlled, and some people are not. I,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
I, I
It
don't.
would have been nice to see Reebok do this with LSU
Mm-hmm.
instead of Nike for obvious reasons. You have Shaq, who is an LSU giant. You have Angel, who is an LSU giant. You bring Simone Augustus on in some capacity. She's an LSU giant. Like, it just would have made sense for them to do this, but who knows the why behind all of it. I'm just talking about my branding,
Me,
marketing
me
brain
too.
is just going. But it would have
You,
just made all the sense in the world.
you know how some people, the powers that be, they've been in a relationship so long.
Hmm.
That's why
Hmm.
I was actually
But people, because of that, people, that's why I don't like it. It's like people, you have this long-standing relationship, but does it really work? Right?
right.
Yeah, yes, be loyal, but not to your detriment, and not to the point of stagnation. So sometimes you gotta disrupt. You gotta shift gears to shake things up.
And I think what happened with, and I'm gonna say this, is just my take on it. I don't know this for sure.
Hmm.
I would say with Steph, I think he probably went his own way the first go round when he went with Under Armour. Because let's be real,
Yeah.
Under Armour was not this premier brand in shoes before Steph Curry started doing Steph Curry Under Armour shoes. And I guess in his mind, because there are reports out there that he wanted to sign certain people, like he wanted to make a big push for Angel and Caitlyn. It was reported,
Hmm.
and they they didn't feel women's sports was gonna make that big of a jump,
Hmm.
and that's part of those. He said he wanted to make a big push for Sabrina, and they didn't. Because him and Sabrina have been collaborating for a while now. The 3 point, and
Hmm.
they didn't feel the same way he felt. Is what is being reported, and one of the reasons why he left. So
Hmm.
I don't know if it's because I don't know if he's thinking to himself like I already tried to, venture out and do something different because he
Yeah.
could have went with Nike back then and he didn't
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So I think right now he just probably like I don't know, man. Yeah, because it's been noted that he was very upset with them not growing the women's part of Under Armour. And if you
Mm.
notice, Under
Hmm.
Armour is not really in the
Mm-mm.
women's
Mm-mm.
sports
Mm-mm.
shoes atmosphere.
It's almost insignificant. Like it's that minute
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things. Is
yeah.
that
I mean,
minute? Yeah.
Puma, Adidas, Reebok, Nike, all of them, but Under Armour just didn't see the vision.
Mm.
And he was like, okay. I, so I get where you're coming from, L. You like if you go to Reebok,
It's I just
you will
I
have
see
so much control, Steph.
when you're a visionary, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I'm thinking. As I'm thinking big picture, I'm thinking visionary, I'm thinking about ultimate impact. Not because, to me, from a business, and again, this is not me questioning Steph at all, and we don't know what his business is or what he's doing or going to do. But if we're taking this little bit of information that we have and giving some dialogue around it, it's going to Nike is the easier choice.
Yeah, it is.
But if I want to shake some stuff up, if I'm thinking about legacy, if I'm thinking about all the things, and especially if we're talking about wanting to see more female athletes be elevated, especially in women's basketball, then go the route of Reebok. Look, Angel done brought Anissa and Dejanay into Reebok. My understanding. I think Lexi was already there, right?
Lexi Brown.
Lexi Brown was already there. But I just feel like it would be a whole different game. And then you add some competition to the market. Because right now Nike is doing what they want to do. And they're going to keep doing what they want to do. Because they know that there are going to be certain people who capitulate and they conform and they're going to go with it.
Yeah, look, somebody
gonna go with the program.
Somebody said in the comments that I just realized, they say Fee hasn't been pushed by them either. Now she on the Jordan side, but where's her signature shoe? Look, hey, let me tell y'all something.
I didn't even know she was with Jordan.
I didn't even know Fee had a shoe.
She got a shoe? Or y'all saying that
she needs a shoe? I didn't even know.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that. I didn't even know she was signed to anybody. Let me tell you, that's how much they didn't drop the ball on that, guys.
I mean, Dana Evans, she touts that she's a Jordan brand athlete, but we haven't seen if she has a shoe or what. I don't see anything. Like I don't see them.
Nafisa Collier is a Jordan brand athlete, and what they saying is they not pushing her either. It's just crazy to me how the powers that be work. I that's why, to your point, I know Steph doesn't need anybody to push him.
No.
But I would definitely go. I would do Reebok. I agree with you. So I can have more creative control and also usher in the next generation instead of being stagnant and waiting behind. Look, y'all told me something I ain't know Fee would. Fee just over there.
I had no idea.
All this that been going on, Fee been thrust into the spotlight, with the CBA deals, with Unravel and all this.
I was about to say, they missed a huge opportunity to be promoting her when she dropped the ether on Kathy and all. Like they miss a whole marketing opportunity.
Like, what is Jordan doing? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. My hands up. I don't know. That is baffling. To me. So yeah, guys. I think this is going like we said before. I think it's going to be a good thing because everybody doesn't. The good thing about this is, as far as when a Nike Blue Ribbon Elite program, is that everybody don't have the foresight to put people in place to craft their brand.
Yeah, but I agree with what Deneen said. LSU is a brand in and of itself. I don't know why they went with Nike. They could have done it on their own. And I 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it will help. I would say this, because me, I got the side eye. But it will help the people that don't like Angel had the force, her mother had the foresight to get her agent and start crafting this. A lot of kids don't have people in their corner like you, Elle, and tell them to hey, I think you need to start working on your branding. They don't have those people to tell them that. So they kind of fumbling and bumbling in the dark. At least they will learn, learn throughout this process what that entails, even if it's under some kind of, I don't know, Dark Vader, we control you type thing. But at least they'll learn.
They'll learn. And for those of you who don't really know the full or even part of the backstory to this show off the court. You know, the cultural impact of women in sports. Keisha and I wanted to create this together because it wasn't about just being another show that's just talking about women's sports in the game, but going beyond what they do on the court or on the track or on the field, whether it's tennis or, you know, whatever. Excuse me. And really breaking down these types of conversations that we're having, because I'm not going to be able to be in everybody's ear. Keisha's not going to be able to be in everybody's ear with her wisdom and, you know, her
Mm-hmm.
background in sports. And so you take both of our backgrounds with women's sports and sports in general, and then you couple the corporate side, the branding, the marketing, the creative side, you know, the strategy. It's our hope that more and more of these athletes will be able to hear these episodes and kind of glean from it. Or maybe it's a parent or a family member that's like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, did you ever think about this? Because people don't always have someone in their ear or on their team that's thinking this way or sharing this type of information to where they can avoid, like, you don't have a mama angel.
Right.
Right, you
Yeah.
might have a mama, but she may not
She
have
might not know
um
nothing about this at
yeah,
all.
yeah. She just happy her baby got an opportunity and a chance and it looks great and we gonna get out and ain't nothing wrong with it. Cause I have been
Right.
that mama too, where, you know, it wasn't always easy.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids, all three of my kids have been heavy into sports. And the oldest two, like the oldest for sure could have gone pro if she didn't get injured. She was on track to go to the W.
And when our
top
kids
top
was
scout, like in going from high school to college. So I know that kind of back end of, you know, being a working parent and providing for your children and wanting to provide more and opportunities for your children, and then your children get these opportunities. I think I shared, like, even, you know, my oldest daughter was so good that when we were in a situation where we were getting ready to move, we had high school coaches literally scouting her to have us move to their district
yeah.
so that she could come and play on their team. Or like, well, you don't have to move. What we'll do, we'll buy you a condo. You know, we'll put you up in a townhouse. Like, and that was my daughter graduated in 2011.
Right.
So this was before that. You know, so it's been going on for a long time. So I understand from the perspective of a parent who has a very talented child who is an athlete, and you get these opportunities, but if you don't have the foreknowledge or the bandwidth to even, or the exposure to even think differently and say, not just see it as, oh, this is a gift for my child, which is going to be a gift for us. Like, what's the bigger picture in all of that?
Right. I know. It's like everybody don't have that support system.
No.
So I'm glad that these young people will learn how to, you know, get media training, learn how to focus on crafting a brand, because we didn't have to do. Look, when we was coming up back in them time, bringing up our kids, all they had to worry about is being good at their sport. They have to worry about crafting a brand.
They didn't. Yeah.
They just needed to go play and,
Yeah. But
train,
times are, and that's all they
and
had to
times
do
have
before,
changed.
but times have changed drastically. You
Yeah.
literally have young folks, you have people in their 50s. There's a woman that I follow on Instagram. She got discovered at 54. She just started creating content and put her daughter encouraged her, like, mom, just, you have so much experience and wisdom, like, just start sharing content. And so she did at 54. She's now 60. She's a signed model. She's working with brands like Estee Lauder. She's got campaigns. She's a paid speaker. She got a book coming out. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are, but the point is times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Brands are, there's a young girl, I think her name is Romeo. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it looks like it's spelled like Romeo on TikTok. Y'all might know who I'm talking about. And she just got on TikTok. She didn't have no makeup on, hair was like whatever, just being herself in her natural environment. And she said, hey, Dr. Pepper, y'all need a new jingle. And it was some doo 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 doo,
I
whatever it
saw that.
was.
Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
that baby.
They reached
Then
out.
not only did Dr. Pepper buy the jingle from her, so she is paid, but now you have other brands who are in her comments and in her DMs reaching out to her because they want her to create a jingle for their brand too. Times have changed.
Yes,
The
they
power
have.
is really in the creator's hand, and Nike knows that, and that's why they're trying to do this. Because to whoever's point, this Deneen, I think it was, it ain't just LSU. These kids don't need these brands. It's really the other way around.
Yes.
But unless you know that you don't need them,
Mhm.
then you might fall into a situation that might not be the best for you.
If somebody's paying you to post,
then you know you got it.
you need to ask yourself.
You know you got it. If somebody giving you money to post, you know you got it.
You need to ask yourself, if they willing to pay me,
Mm-hmm.
then how much power do I really have
Mm-hmm.
to influence culture and products and selling products? All these things that it used to be. It started off with the influencers, right? And the influencers were influencing all kind of stuff and blah blah blah. Now athletes realize they can not only dominate on the field or the court, but they can also dominate in the product, the influence for products standpoint, and also their lifestyle, their personality, their likability. They can become their own entities and sell. They just got to make sure who controls all of that once they get going, because a lot of people come and get a whole bunch of pieces from you, and then it leave you with nothing. You got to make sure you hold something back for yourself.
Perfect example with Amazon and Toys R Us.
That was got to make sure you hold something for yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you, but we gonna get off of this topic. But,
what's time check?
Yeah, we at an hour, so we got maybe 25 minutes we're gonna spend on the rest of our topics. But hey, Nike, Darth Vader. Let me stop. That ain't right.
Darth Vader.
Y'all always doing something, man. Just imagine if we had other companies spring up, but Nike would probably squash them all. Never mind, moving on. Like you said, it's a monopoly.
It is.
It's almost, I just wish a lot more like Reebok and all the rest of them will fight back against Darth Vader, but we'll see. We'll see. But speaking of our favorite LSU Tiger, guess what, guys? I want to talk about Angel running around here texting that she liked Hunting Wives.
If y'all can see me patting, baby, if you have not seen Hunting Wives, I finished yesterday after we talked, and oh my goodness.
You finished it? You finished Hunting Wives?
I finished it. I meant to text you, but yes, I finished it yesterday.
Let me tell you something. Hunting Wives is off the chain. If you have not seen Hunting Wives, then I understand if you scared and it gonna make you clutch your pearls. But if you could take out some time to go see it before season 2 comes out with our baby girl in it. But Hunting Wives, look, you're not gonna spoil it, but tell us a little bit about Hunting Wives, Elle. Generally speaking.
Right, because I'm like, okay, let me give you the non-spoiler alert edition.
Okay.
If you have a man, make sure he's not home when you're watching it. If you have a woman, make sure she's not home when you're watching it. If you by yourself and you're watching it, make sure no kids is around. It's just not, it ain't a family type of show. If you are by yourself and you own a rabbit, leave the rabbit where you have it. Don't pull it out. If you're a man, keep your hands. I would say keep your hands to yourself, but keep your hands just...
Oh my God.
It is literally not what I expected.
Me neither.
In a million years. So once I only watched it because of this announcement with
Uh-huh.
Angel. I saw the post from a long time ago, but didn't like. I think I turned it on, and like the first episode, they're doing some country stuff, and I was like, I'm not really interested. Like, I don't have the time to watch that right now. I'll come back to it later, and I never did. So then, fast forward when she made the announcement, I said, let me go ahead and binge watch or try to binge watch,
I watched that
so
thing
that
in
I
one
can
sitting.
get myself prepared
Uh-huh.
for the next season. Yeah, I was not ready. I'm 54. I clutch my pearls. I held down my little side tabs. I was like, well, I got my non-dairy ice cream out. Like, I just was like, what in the story? I'm a storyteller, y'all know this. The stories are off the hook. And just when you think you know something, they shock you. It is, I did not expect, I told Keisha yesterday, because I think I had like maybe an episode and a half left I didn't know that it was an episode and a half left. I knew I had some more episodes because she was about to start telling me stuff. And I was like, wait, I ain't finished watching it yet.
Right.
So I said, let me go ahead and finish watching it because I knew we were going to be talking today. And when I finished, I had to go and look up the author of the book because the series is based off of a book under the same name. Because I wanted to see the woman who thought this up. And I know there are writers for the series, so it's not just her, but it's an adaptation of her book. And she didn't look like what this show was given. I said, you thought that up in your head?
Baby.
That's all I can say because if anything else that I say is just going to be a spoiler alert. And it's just, you're not ready. If you think you're ready, you're just not ready. I would be interested to see in the chat from the people who have watched it without giving any spoilers, what your thoughts are.
I'm going to tell you this. I watched that thing in one go.
I couldn't. That's how I consider myself very eccentric.
I got you.
Right?
I got you.
And I could not digest it in one sitting.
Well, I have the benefit of a younger sibling. Me and my sister are 15 years apart, and she is a Netflix girl. She is a Netflix girl. And every time we got a group chat, I know a lot of families got group chats.
Yeah.
And once she puts in the group chat, hey, players, hunting wives. I was like, hunting wives? That was my initial reaction, was like, hunting wives. Yep. And she's like, girl, that thing gonna have you. And I was like, ain't it about some socialites in East Texas? Because it's based on East. And she's like, yeah, girl, but I'm not gonna tell you what's going on, but I'm telling you it's good. And I said, okay. One night I said, okay, I'm gonna watch the first episode. And she was like, I even watch it again with you. I said, oh Lord. Because that's what we do. We'll watch stuff together and be chatting back and forth. But baby, I was not prepared. I was not completely prepared for how crazy and spicy them women, and they gave great performances as well. Like
literally,
I said,
like I didn't think I was watching I didn't think I was watching actors. Like those were they were for real to me.
Yeah, the character development was phenomenal. And a lot of spice and a lot of drama. But Angel Reese is going to be co-starring as Trainer Barbie in this new show. I for not to spoil some of y'all, I'll show you a little bit of. They put a little clip together, so I'll show this. Hold on, because in the show, one of the ladies has a high school athlete. That's her son. I'm guessing. Hey! She pretty much being herself, but she's a trainer Barbie, y'all. So that lets you know, Elle, they're continuing, and she actually manifests this because she say she watched the show. Angel did. She watched the show and she tweeted about it like, guys, if y'all ever need me in the next season, I am there. And lo and behold,
the baby is there. She
the
owns
baby is there
in her own trailer. This isn't like a cameo like in the film with Idris Elba.
Yeah, it was.
But this is a role, and I love that it's created for her instead of a role that she has to be someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they also keep.
I'm just trying to. I'm like, y'all don't do my girl now. That's our baby.
Look,
so y'all better act right. Okay.
Look. And they continue to,
because it's only 2 Black people on the show currently,
right? Because one of the socialites is a Black woman, but
yes,
Lord, I'd be like, baby, why is you, baby, come out of there?
She like Chrissy Snow, but with melanin.
I'd be like, girl, baby, your mama must not know who you be hanging out with. Because if my mama knew I was hanging out with these chicks,
ain't nowhere in the world, and I don't care how old I am, my mama would be coming like, you better get your up out of there.
My mama would have been said, "Oh no, boo boo, we gonna need for you to not be with them no more." I mean, the cast is a really good. I mean, they got John Stamos, Brittany Snow. Brittany Snow is the kind of like the main character because she's the one that's going through everything with these women. But yeah, it's supposed to. Production began in 2026. It's expected to drop in late 2026 or early 2027. But we gonna be able to support our girl, and hopefully she don't get tainted messing around with these women and this plot, right?
Right. It's just knowing her and knowing like she's going to be herself. It's going to be really interesting to see how they integrate this role for her.
Right.
It's I can't wait. It better not be they said 2026, and I'm hoping it's before the summer.
Yeah, me too. Do you think that stops Angel from doing more? She doing more, y'all.
And so to the unrivaled folks who were like, why ain't she coming? I don't blame her because she needed the break.
She did. I agree.
But also two, just because she didn't go to Unrivaled, just like any other off season, without an Unrivaled, she's still working on her game. She just posted a picture the other day. She was with her trainer, right?
Somebody said she was with Teaspoon the other day.
Well, she's in Miami.
Okay.
At least she was yesterday. Because she posted a picture on her Instagram story. She was at Unrivaled.
Yeah, somebody said she worked out with Teaspoon.
Yeah, but she's with her other trainer in Orlando. I forgot, not the Black guy, but the I think his name is Tim. I forget his last name, but she was working with him because she actually posted a picture of her and the trainer's daughter on her story. So she's still working, but she's working in other ways. Angel has said from the beginning that basketball is not going to always be here. And it's true. So it always baffles me when the people who say she don't really care about basketball, she might as well just leave and go on and model. No, she can do both and.
She can do. Yeah, y'all stop.
She can do all and she's thinking long term, which is one of the things that I admire about her, for her to be so young, is that she's future forward thinking. She's not just thinking about the now. And that's something that we were talking about even with the NIL deals. Yeah, it's great now, but what's the impact of that long term for you? What's that going to look like? How are you going to be able to use this as a catalyst to build the future that you want? And so I love this for her. I love that she's not an actress, right? Like, we're being honest. She's not an actress.
No.
But she's allowing herself to be in places where she can grow that skill set.
I agree.
And it expands her brand. And when you are talking about personal branding, which we talk about a lot on this show, your personal brand is really all of who you are. It's not one specific thing. It's not, I'm a basketball player, or Keisha, she's in fine, like for me, I'm not just a producer. Like, I'm multiple things.
Right.
And when you're able to live and create a world where you can showcase all of those things, even the things that you still have room to grow in. And that's all of us. Like, I don't ever think you reach the pinnacle. Oprah is 72 today and she's still growing in things. She's still doing things. She's trying new things. She's posting fitness content now, right? Like at
I
72.
see. Yeah.
Right. So we never fully arrive or reach this pinnacle as long as we're living. So I love to see that she's focused on expanding her brand in beauty, in fashion, in entertainment, and who knows what else that she has on the board. Like she's got that partnership with Cash App and doing something with I think it's Magic Johnson with the financial literacy. Like she really is thinking beyond the court, beyond basketball. And that's what all of these women should be doing. So the people that come out and be like, oh, she should do, I'll be looking at them like, you really don't understand. Like, because you're not doing that in your own life. So why do we hold other people to the standard of this very isolated kind of vacuum type of living?
Yeah, why you doing all that? Because I
Yeah.
can.
Because I can. And that's it.
That's why I'm doing it.
Mhm.
You know, good minion. Hey, let's before we get up out here, let me do this right quick. Let me tell you something. Angel is still out here being real busy. She doing a movie with
Another one.
another
DJ
one.
Khaled.
Well, like another one.
Another one.
She doing another one. It's an animated film. It's gonna be called GOAT. It's being produced by Steph Curry, and Sony Pictures Animation. It's a high octane sports comedy set to release on February 13th, 2026, set to coincide with NBA All-Star Weekend. Angel Reese will voice the role of Prop, a fierce and athletic polar bear rollerball player, and Asia Wilson will voice Coyote, a bipedal reptile described as having a boss personality on the court. Interestingly, the character is named after the film's producer, Michael Ramo Coate. So Asia, the double A's, is out here in doing a thing. And before we talk about it, I'm gonna let y'all listen to Steph and what he had to say about doing this movie with the ladies. Hold on. Here we go.
WNBA fans were really excited to see that Angel Reese and Asia Wilson are going to be GOATs in your new movie. What went into that decision to have them as part of the movie? And in general, how did you decide who would be GOATs in the movie?
It's crazy, this platform that I've been able to collaborate with so many amazing people from all different industries, you know, NBA guys, WNBA athletes, other entertainers. So it's a new space, and everything that I try to do is about, you know, shining light on other talented people that, you know, can have great experiences right there with me. So it should be fun for everybody, no matter what background you have, whether sports, entertainment, whatever. You should be able to find some hidden gems with some of the voices of the characters. It'd be cool.
Kudos to Steph. Kudos to Steph. I mean, he wants to share the spotlight with other talented individuals like himself. What you think, Tony? I like it.
You call me Tony.
Oh no, sorry. Look, I'm losing my mind.
Sister Tony not up here.
Tony then ran off. She must be talking about me. That's what my grandmother would say. She must be talking bad about me. But what you think about Steph? Steph out here.
He said what he said.
He been championing women's sports for a while now.
And he and there's that line, like, wanting champions. People who, I don't know, you know, let that ruminate. But people who understand, like, being at the champion level. And I just think this is great. It's great for both of their brands. It's great for both of them. I think Asia has done, I don't know if she's done any animated work before, but you know, she has her own commercials. I think she had a brand deal with what's the travel brand?
Is this her first movie or no? Am I tripping?
I want to say it is, but don't quote me. But I know she's done things like I don't know if she's done
I know she's
voiceover. I
done
feel like she's
commercials
done
and stuff.
voiceovers before, though.
Okay, she was in
I feel
Space
like she's
Jam.
done. Was she in Space Jam?
At least that's what they got as a credit for her.
I don't
I don't
recall
remember
that.
what she
Yeah.
was.
Me either. So hopefully this is not that, because if she was in Space Jam, we should all know it and remember it, right? Because her voice is unique and her person, and maybe it was just a one-liner. I don't know, but now I'm gonna have to go back and watch just
Right.
for that, right? But I hope this isn't that. I hope that it. And actually, they did say that Asia's role is named after the producer or the director.
Yeah, they say the character is named after the film's producer,
Yeah.
Michael Coyote. So she's gonna voice Coyote, yeah, the reptile. Yeah, I don't know.
And whether no matter how prominent their roles are in this, I think it's epic. It's just another level of, this transition from athlete to entertainer, and having. I think that Steph's decision to bring both of them in, to cast them in this way, or work with casting to bring them in this way, speaks volumes to what he thinks about both of them.
And also, I think it's a great opportunity to introduce them to young people, young audiences who don't even watch basketball. They got, the little baby's gonna be like, oh, that was that character, that was Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? Just making them a little bit more mainstream, more marketable, more more in the mainstream conscious. Because once you get kids talking your name, it just goes crazy from there. But I like that Steph is doing this with the ladies. Like I said, my mind is racking. I'm like, they say she was in LeBron's Space Jam. I just don't remember it.
I don't remember either, and I've watched it a couple times. So now I'm going to go back.
I remember DT being in it.
Yeah, I remember DT, but I don't remember Asia.
I don't remember Asia. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't remember. I don't remember. Now it's gonna make me want to go watch it again. I don't remember. Thank you, June Brown, for the $2 super chat. Thank you. I really don't remember, but hey, Angel and Asia gonna do their thing. I love animation. Yes, I'm one of those chicks that still watch animated feature films and all that good stuff. Sometimes I bring my god baby with me just so people don't look at me weird. But my son say this is a new era, and me and his grown self can go watch us an animated film if we want to. So we do.
So, and I agree, Big Girl. I like this comment that Big Girl made. Seth picked up where Kobe left off. I think he is, and he has daughters just like Kobe, right? And I love to see that he understands the power that his platform has and how he's choosing to use that to elevate women's voices, women athlete voices in the platform. And I think it's part smart business, and also the other part is being a dad, right? Like just being an advocate for women's sports, but being a dad. I think Riley is, gosh, she got to be a preteen at this point. And maybe she's shown an interest in basketball, who knows? But I love that he's putting his money where his mouth is, and doing something to continue to help elevate the game where women are concerned.
I always think I've always said this, and I know we ask the men to do a lot, but I just wish more NBA players would just embrace collaborations and crossover with the WNBA players. Not saying that some of them don't do it. I just think I need more,
and it to be more prompt, like not kind of as an afterthought,
right?
But more intentional.
Yeah, like we are. No, we're not on the same money wise field, but we are on the same accord of growing basketball as a sport and crossing over into a national and global audience. We should be we should be supporting each other in that. Both leagues should be doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure.
But I mean, I know the W has a hard time even promoting their own stuff. So
Well, I mean, and to your point, I think it would have been great to have some very prevalent male voices from the NBA to really underline the importance of what the women were asking for and have been asking for on their side. Because some of them, like a LeBron, like a Steph Curry, they're not jeopardizing their brands by doing so. I understand that there are some who might feel like, oh, I got too much to lose, but then you have those who don't. And those are the ones that can speak up. And maybe this is we also and the way that films work, nothing is done in a vacuum. Like they didn't just film last week and then the film is about to come out, right? It probably happened sometime last year, to be honest, because there's a full post-production process that happens, and then you have you go on your press run. So there's all these things that happen between the time that a film is shot. You have pre-production, you have production, and then you have post-production, and then you have the marketing aspect of it. So it can be a very lengthy process. And I feel like part of what Steph has done with casting them is he's supporting them and their need to be able to make more money in a different way. And I love it because he's saying like this is something that long after they step off the court, they might not even be attached to sports once their careers in basketball are over, right? But this is something that every time it's played for decades to come,
right?
They have now been set up to make money off of this forever,
right? I don't know,
forever, and it opens them up to a new audience and new opportunities.
Yes,
while he can't, one single person can't do it all for everybody.
Right.
It's the hope that other people will take suit and follow and do it in their own way.
I agree. I just need, not saying that other people are not doing anything, but it would be nice. And Steph is a big deal. It just would be nice if we have more athletes.
Yeah.
Pushing and showing that collaboration, because they know what the women are going through, if that makes sense. I know it'll be putting more on their plate, but hey, they should be able to do it.
Yeah.
And this movie is coming out in February, so yeah, they've already done this.
Oh yeah.
They've already done this. Angel and Asia, I like to see. Somebody said in the chat that she played herself in Space Jam.
Okay, pause before we get up out of here. I'm glad ADP.
What?
I was gonna post this. She said not salute. I don't know what she's saying. Like in regards to that, it says not salute, but it made me think of something. So I was gonna post about this on Threads the other day, and I was like, nah.
What?
How many of y'all watch Chicago Med? On Wednesday nights they have the Chicago shows. They got Chicago Med.
I know what you about to say.
Chicago Fire and Chicago PD. And child, they had Sloot. They done threw Sloot up in there on Chicago Med because one of the characters like tore her ACL or something. She ended up having a reaction to one of the medications due to like a genetic issue that she has and didn't know about. And it made it seem like she had OD'd, and she was a basketball player. So then the doctor says, you're going to be all right, and bought somebody in. And as soon as they said that, I said, I know they're not about to put this woman up on my screen. And here comes Sloop talking and, encouraging her. She had a few lines and she was talking about, I had an ACL tear and and I just said, boy, y'all, whose idea was this? Who? It pissed me off. It was toward it. It just made me so mad. And I'm here for all the women to get it how you get it. But it was just so. We wrapping up. It's been a good show. Thank you for joining us. All right.
Not the tomatoes in the chat, L. That
Rotten tomatoes. You're supposed to put bombs in between the tomatoes.
L.
I just said we're done. It was an interesting choice, and I'm here for all the women to win.
What
However
your
you get it.
What your mama said?
When
What
you don't have
mama
nothing
used
nice to say, you don't say nothing. Which is why I said we wrapping up the show.
With that chat, we getting up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with my girl. It's been
She
too
wins.
long.
I'm not talking about her. I'm not. I just made I was making the point that more of these women are getting opportunities, and it was just really interesting. It was interesting, and I'm happy for her. I was interested. I didn't know if anybody else saw it because I know I'm a big Chicago Med fan, and they've never done anything like that before. So it was just interesting. It was interesting.
And you were shocked when you looked at the TV.
I was shocked. Yeah, I was shocked.
I
didn't expect it.
I don't think they did a whole bunch of press around it.
It was just interesting to me for reasons that I choose not to share here, but y'all can read between the lines.
Yeah, we between them lines. I heard about it, and I was like,
go watch it.
Why are we doing? But I mean, hey guys, don't get us wrong. Sloop is a Chicago legend. She won a title with them, and I get it. I get it. I'm not a Chicagoan. Elle is not a Chicagoan. I'm a boot girl, and Elle is from Ohio via New York. You know, she got. So I get it. I don't want to piss off any diehard Chicago
and we both. Look, I got people from Chicago, but we both, at the end of the day, regardless of our own personal opinions, we are all about elevating women and their voices so we can have some fun while we're doing it. And I don't have to care for like she was cool with me until the shenanigans. And then that was a turn off for me because you broke girl code.
She did.
And you broke mentor code. Like you're an older woman who can be a mentor to these young ladies. And when you start to move funny, then I kind of look at you, a little different. That's all. That's all.
Yes.
Who said that? Oh Lord. Now see Keisha, you was supposed to end the show and here you go.
I'm about to get off of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank you, Elle, for hanging out with me today. I hope this was informative. I hope y'all learned a lot. I hope we had some great nuanced conversation. I'm pretty sure my brain is still going to be working on thinking about this NIL deal for LSU because y'all know that's my school.
Now, Keisha, hold on. I was ready to let you go. I'm sorry, but now I got pissed off.
What happened?
So I can't see the whole name. I think it says Green Thumb, but the W posted about Sloop being on Chicago Med. Is that what you're telling me?
I think I don't know if it was the W.
Or was it Chicago Sky?
It might have been Chicago Sky.
And if it's Chicago Sky, I'm really annoyed because they ain't said a peep.
Let me see. Hold on.
I think they might. The way they do Angel is just ridiculous.
I forgot. I stopped following that Chicago Sky.
I think I did too. I don't see none of their content anymore.
Was it the W that posted that? Or was it Chicago Sky?
I wonder if it was Chicago Sky.
I'm not sure.
You looking?
I'm trying to find it.
Girl, they won't get nothing from me.
You know what,
not
though,
even
y'all?
A click.
Guess what, y'all? We gonna end on a good note because if I go down there and find that, then we gonna die. Elle gotta go. I'm not gonna take Elle down that road. I'm not. Nope.
I got to leave and get on the road to go pick up my son for the weekend.
We're not gonna take Elle down that road. I got to
pick him up from college. Don't do it. Not on this show.
Yeah,
I've been gone for a long time. I want to come back on a good note. I missed most of y'all. I love you. I'm happy to be back.
Thank you. I'm sorry that Sloop ran up on your favorite show and surprised you. I am sorry for that.
I miss y'all too. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'll say this. I had to take a step away just for my own well-being. I shared with Keisha yesterday. I love this community and what we have all collectively been able to build, with KSAT's show being the springboard for that. Um, and really, at the end of the day, this is about information, it's about storytelling, it's about entertainment, having fun, community, feeling like you're part of an extended family. And when it starts to get away from that, it's not fun, right? And
I'm
this
with you.
is not I'm not making a blanket statement and talking about everybody, but when it's unfortunate because you have people that are a part of the community and they add so much value, whether they're on the shows or in the comments. And as hosts, we really appreciate it, but it can become increasingly challenging to try to navigate and filter through the things that are not fun, the things that are disrespectful. And so for me, it was time for me to take a step back. And while I am here today, Keisha and I will be, what you can expect from us with the Off the Court show is that we will be very strategic and intentional with when we show up, the stories that we show up to tell. And we hope that you'll continue to join us and support us and drop your shows in the chat so that we can support you all as well. Make sure you're following our sister ADP. She's doing incredible things with her art and seeing her elevating. You got Miss D and you got Tony and all the other folks. I mean, forgive me if I'm missing anybody, charge it to my head and not my heart, but I'm happy to be back and see y'all. This was such a wonderful show. I miss my sister Keisha, so it's always good to be in the lab with her. And we have more coming for y'all, so stay tuned.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned. You know us, we fiery. Sometimes when you're giving your take, everybody might not like it or they get
And that's
get
cool.
crazy.
It's
And
cool.
it's okay to disagree with me and tell you don't think I know what I'm talking about. Just be respectful. I'm all right.
But when you start going below the belt and talking about people and their families and calling them names, like that's where you draw the line. And as hosts, we want to, because these are live shows, we want to engage with our community. So it's easy to say, well, don't read the comments. Well, hell, I don't know what I'm reading until I read it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get you. I get you. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't already read it. God dang.
Right. So
it's too late now. I can't take the genie.
You done took the genie out the bottle and you can't put them back. So it is what it is. But we move on and we grow. And so I'm super appreciative for you all. And I know Keisha is as well.
I am. Y'all make sure y'all have a good evening. Look, I'll probably be back on because my Tiger girls are gonna play tonight.
What time?
I think they play at 7. Yeah, they play at 7 tonight.
You
probably
7
be
your
on
time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll still be on the road.
You'll still be rolling.
It's gonna take.
You be careful going to get your baby.
I am. Thank you. I'll be glad when he in the car so I can get in the carpool lane.
I know, huh? Oh, you gotta have another person. Okay. Yeah.
So my mom might go with me or my stepdad. So we'll see. But sometimes I just want to ride by myself too, because that's when I zone out and I listen to my music. I might come back and watch a replay of one of y'all shows or something. So while I be wanting a company, then the other side of me is like, no, I'm good.
No, I feel you. I do that. My mom be like, why I can't go? I said, because you don't want to listen to what I want to listen to.
Yeah, sometimes I just be in my zone and that's okay too.
I'm with you. Hey guys, I know I haven't said this again throughout the show, but please, as you guys are going out the chat, hit the like button for the people that's gonna catch this on the playback. Please share your comments. Be respectful to us and your fellow community members. Please be respectful. Also, make sure you subscribe to Elle. I got her channel rolling at the bottom. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel, KL Jones Network. Let me tell y'all something. We about to be out.
Y'all stay locked in because we got some fun stuff coming and I'm working on some things on my end. And
I know that's right. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
Y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a good one, y'all. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.